Hello. As you can, well, you probably can't see because the video is kind of low. Let me try to wipe the screen here. Is that better? Okay, I don't know if that's any better. But I am currently back with another video. I know you guys are probably like, okay, she's probably like in like a weird mood, and you are correct. Um, okay, let me move my shit closer. Maybe I have my grandma light lamp next to me, so I'll just. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. That's so bright. Holy fuck. Okay, so you guys just have to like deal with a really shitty fucking lighting situation, but I wanted to show off my blue walls, but I guess you can't really see that with this lighting. It looks a little more, I don't know, it looks pretty normal on screen, but in real life it's like blue. Like this is the blue that I had in my like original room, which was upstairs, and that was one of the reasons why my like 13-year-old self agreed to buy this house, because my parents wanted to make sure obviously that I liked the place we were living. So I was like, whatever. And one of the reasons why I decided on this house was not because I liked how it looked. To be honest, it was kind of mid compared to the other houses we looked at. But we went into one of the rooms and it was blue, like it was like a periwinkle blue, and I was like, okay, like this kind of fucks, like this kind of rocks. And so I was like, yeah, I guess we can buy this house. And at the time I was like really emo, so I didn't like to show emotion, but I was like really excited to get the house actually because they had blue walls. Because in my original house, I like to set up way fucking better, because one of my aunts, I guess, or cousins, I don't really know like what her status is in the family, but she's like a family member, I suppose. She like painted like fucking like butterflies and like flowers in my older room, so it's like all pink and girly and shit. And like that shit rocked. Like on God, that shit fucking rocked. And like I low key wanted to do a pink room because of that. But like the thing is like I prefer like blue, even though like one of my favorite colors is pink. My like ultimate favorite color, like the shit that I gravitate towards the most when I like purchase things just in general, or like things I like generally like catches my eye, are usually blue. So I was like, okay, we'll do blue. And I really like that decision because it just reminds me of my old room. It gives a really serene feeling, because I feel like with pink I'd be like, I wouldn't be overwhelmed, but it wouldn't give me the same vibes, you dig? So that was that. And my dad painted it like this room like a day ago. Not even like he like did it like when I was sleeping, so I guess a day ago, because he woke me up around this time, like, and was like, get the fuck out of this room, go upstairs and go to sleep. And I'm like, okay. Because we have a spare bedroom obviously, because upstairs is my older room and I'm currently in the basement, so that's a setup. um and he was like, go sleep in that fucking room and I'll just do it for you. And I was like, okay. And then here we are. He got it done for me, and I was like, oh, this is so sweet. I woke up, came downstairs, and I was like, yeah, dude, this rocks. This definitely rocks. And I'm really happy with the color I chose, because my dad was like, okay, you go choose the color, because I don't know what fucking color you want, and then I'll paint it. And I was like, okay. And then I stood in fucking I hope in fucking Home Depot for like, I don't know, like an hour, basically. It was an hour, but it felt like an hour. It was probably like 30 minutes max. I stood in there and I was comparing the colors. I was like looking like in it, because like you know how the lighting is in fucking Home Depot. It's like fucking bright ass lights, and I'm like, my room is not gonna look like that, like bright ass white lights, because I have like this like grandma lighting. So I'm like, I gotta make sure it's not too overwhelming. So I stood in there for a hot minute, and I finally picked a color. I was debating towards like there's really like kind of like, it was like the same like not shade, like same tint of color, just different hues. So hues are like, obviously I don't know how to explain it, but like tints is like black and white. So like it had the same brightness basically, of colors, but like I was testing around with like the fucking hues and shit, and I was just struggling so bad. And there was like this like pink that caught my eye, and I was like, oh my god. But ultimately, blue was decided on. And then I brought it home, and I actually bought it, and I sat there for like 2 weeks just waiting to be painted, because my dad was super busy and I was super busy, and I stayed in my room a lot. So yeah, and then I was like, okay, we have to get this done like now, because I want to move all my stuff back down from my apartment. I feel like I talked about this before. But yeah, we're gonna move everything back down to my apartment, back down to here, and then gonna see if I can try to break my lease probably not gonna happen because my apartment's fucking shit. But yeah, we're gonna see. What else? That's about it. And currently, I'm working on. I don't know what it's gonna be yet. I think it's gonna be a cardigan. I don't know if it's gonna be a cardigan. Well, it's not gonna be a cardigan. It's gonna be like a cropped cardigan because most of the things I've been doing is like full-on sweater cardigans where they're like fucking huge and like meant for the winter. But this is gonna be more like spring/summer because I realize I'm not really like a tank top type of gal. You know, like I have tank tops, but I always like gravitate towards more like cardigans and long sleeves. I don't know what it is. Like I think I'm really anxious. Like I'm not anxious, but like I'm really like not like unconfident because I'm okay with showing my arms. It's just a lot of my outfits I like long sleeves on. I don't know how to explain it, but so yeah, that's what I'm going with for this project. And I mean, if you guys are crochet heads, I guess I can explain some of my process. It doesn't look too hot right now because like I've had to literally like frog this project like multiple times because I could not get the sizing right. Like it would be too small or too big, and I'm like, I want this to fit just right. Like all of my projects either are like all too big because I have an issue with sizing. I don't know what it is. Like I know what my body looks like obviously, but like I just can't size it for the life of me. And like I have a tape measure and I measure myself and I'm just like, and every time I like knit it out, I'm like, oh, I think that's too small, but like that's what the measurement says. So I'm like tripping. I don't know what it is. But right now I'm doing, what is it called? Like a shell stitch. I think I did like a single crochet at the bottom because I don't know. Because I was planning on doing the waistcoat stitch. But then I'm trying to use up like scrap yarn. So I'm like, I don't want to like buy more yarn, you know? So I'm trying to use it up. And this stitch is pretty yarn usable. And yeah, I'm just kind of winging it at this point. Like you can tell that I'm winging it because the edges are kind of shit. But I don't really give a fuck because it's gonna like get sewed in. Like if it was a blanket or something, I would give more of a fuck. But like since these sides are gonna get sewed in with the other sides, I'm kind of like, I don't really give a rat's ass about what it looks like on the sides, you know. So that's that. And yeah, and I just am trying to use up my scrap yarn before I buy new yarn. But it's not like I really need to buy new yarn, because I have most of the colors that I need anyways. So yeah. Yeah, that's about it. I was about to say something. But yeah, in regards to this room, it's like fucking messy as shit right now. This bed is actually like inches. Like actually like a couple of inches away from the wall because the walls are still drying. And I'm still like, I read online that like you're not supposed to sleep in the room for like a couple of days, but I'm kind of like, I don't really, like it doesn't smell like anything and the walls, like whenever I touch it, feels dry. So I'm like, I'm not too mad about it. My room doesn't smell too toxic and I don't feel gross in it. So I guess I'll just sleep in it. And if I end up like breathing in toxic fumes and dying, then so what, you know? But yeah, it's rocking. And I just have the fan on because I kind of wanted to dry more, but I closed the door, so I don't know if that's going to do anything. But yada fucking yeah, you dig? But yeah. And then I'm planning on doing some more housekeeping once I bring everything down from my apartment because I'm kind of hinging on everything coming down to my apartment and then I do like most of the cleaning up because right now I'm planning on not remodel my room but redecorate my room, getting everything situated for my apartment, and then I'm planning on cleaning out like this small little storage closet that we have. It's not a closet, it's like a storage space. It kind of looks like Harry Potter's room that's like hidden in the butt fuck of like nowhere. Just kidding. It's like, I don't know, it's like a little storage space underneath our stairs next to our like laundry room. We keep like random shit in there. And I'm like, it's been annoying me as of late. I don't know why. But I feel like we have to clean it out. Like not, like it's not like something my parents want to do. It's something I want to do. And it's like, I guess I can just clean it out. And donate like the clothes. Because I've just been meaning to just clean up. I don't know. Like our house is generally like pretty clean. Like our house is like the definition of like clean. My parents like clean it like weekly, and there's only like 3 people living in here, and like most of the time I'm in my room or in the kitchen, and like my parents are always working, so there's like barely anyone ever in the house. But they clean it so often, and like our house is like never ever like cluttered or dirty. Like sometimes it does, but like most of the time it's like super clean. So our house is like the definition of like a clean house, but it's just like we just have a lot of stuff like stashed away. Like it's like one of those houses where like everything looks clean, and then you look in the drawers and cupboards and shit, and it's just all strewn. And I'm just like, yeah, we gotta do something with that. So that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, I want to clean out the storage and donate the clothing, because most of the clothing that I have in that storage is like when I was like a lot bigger, and like I really don't have any use for that clothing anymore, because most of the stuff I wear obviously fits me. So I want to like donate my clothing to people who actually genuinely needs it, because I know I'm not going to need that anymore. And like if I do like somehow like get bigger, it's like it's not really a big deal, because my style has obviously evolved, and so I can just donate all that. So yeah, that's the plan. But right now I'm just waiting on my dad to finish up his shift for the week, so we can go up to my apartment, because obviously I can do a little bit of it, but most of the stuff up there requires like a truck and like at least two people to help. So I'm waiting for my dad for that. Like I've been up there like once just to like grab some stuff, and I brought home like a decent amount. Actually, I cleaned up my walls, and I brought home like a decent amount of my clothes. But the rest of it, like my fridge and like just mainly my fridge of actually, like, and that stuff just needs to be brought home. So yeah. And I don't know, I was actually debating on like changing the color of this furniture, because right now I have like, this is like the main color of my furniture. Like you guys can obviously tell that it's like, yeah. So I was actually planning on changing it to like a white maybe or something, but then I was like, I don't know, I kind of like the darkness. It brings like a good darkness to it, and like I really don't want to deal with like repainting things that are wood, you know. And yeah, maybe like it needs like a touch up, because I've had these for a while and they just look kind of dingy and grunge. But yeah, I don't know, I'll just keep that way. I'm not really too oppressed about it. I just want to make sure my room looks like pretty like livable while I stay here for next year. Because I don't know, I spent a lot of time in this bitch, so the least I could do is make it look, you know, decent. And I want to like minimize like most of my like stuff as well, because I have a lot of shit that I don't need, and I'm just like, I just need to get rid of it. Like I don't even want to sell it at this point, because I'm like, that's so much work. Like obviously I could sell some of my stuff, like my clothing and stuff, but like I'm just so lazy, and like I just don't want to deal with all that. And yeah, like we could obviously have like a garage sale or something, but like that's also a lot of work. I don't know, like it'd be nice to like get a little bit of income, but we'll see. I don't know, I'll debate, I'll like sleep on it, and then we'll see. Because I mean, we can obviously sell it on like Facebook Marketplace or something, if something's of value, but I highly doubt there's anything of value in that fucking dingy ass closet, you know. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the like things that we have in our house that are of value is probably my dad's like fucking clocks and like his like stereos and shit. Like he collects like vintage like stereos and shit. So I don't know. I guess those could be of value. And that's what like literally takes up half of the house. It's just like fucking clocks. So I don't know. And we have more in the fucking garage. And like every time my friends come over, they're like, "Damn, bro, you live like this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well." Yes, I do. Did I like miscount while I was talking to y'all? Yes, I did. I was like, something's off about this. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Won't. Because I normally don't count when I do crochet projects, which isn't like the smartest thing, because, you know, you're supposed to like make sure everything's like according, or else you'll like increase or decrease by accident. But I don't know, my brain just doesn't function like that, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking count if I don't have to count. So yeah. Oh yeah, and then I finally went on and printed those fucking posters. I felt so bad for the worker, because I worked in layers in Illustrator, and that obviously makes the whatchamacallit, the fucking file, like fucking massive. And I felt so bad for the worker because she was struggling with downloading it and like printing it on the fucking big ass plotters. She's like, so I'm having a lot of trouble like printing your files. Can you like somehow make them smaller or something? And I'm like, I don't know how to do that, but I'll try for you, dog. And then so I had to like export, because I normally like export it as like a PNG, and then I like convert it into a PDF, and then I like submit it to like their printing files. Because the way the printing works at my school is that on the big ass plotters, that to like print out like things that are bigger than like average printer size, like 8x11 or like tabloid, you have to like put it in this file, and then the workers that work there will print it on the bigger paper for you. Because obviously, if every student was able to print on the big ass shits, then that'd be so fucking expensive. Could you imagine? But yeah, so I normally convert my shit to like PDFs when I submit it, because that's how like they like to like print it, because otherwise they would have to format it in a PDF manner. So I was like, I'll just do it for them. And this time around, I skipped a step of converting it to a PNG, because when you convert it to a PNG, it obviously makes the file a lot smaller. But this time around, I just downloaded it as a PDF, and so the PDF is directly from my Illustrator file. So that makes that file fucking huge. And so she was struggling with printing all of my things, and I was like, oh no, I wasn't in a rush, because I was making like mini posters while they were printing out the bigger ones, because I could print on the tabloid paper, and that's like, I don't know, that's like a decent size. It's like, I don't know, it's like 17 by 11 or something. Like it's like a decent size. So I just like made like really quick mock-ups while I was waiting for it to print, and I didn't realize that it took like nearly 30 minutes for just two of them to print, because usually like just one of them takes like, I don't know, like 5 minutes. So I was like, I wasn't too pressed about the speed. And then she was like, yeah, I'm struggling. She's like, I'm so sorry it's taking so long. And I'm like, it's taking that long? I'm like, I didn't even realize. And then yeah, and she was like, yeah. So I made the files like smaller for her to print, and I felt so bad. But I got them printed. I got 5 of them done. I finally got the fucking Chief Keef one, the one that I was struggling with like working. And then I created why am I lagging? It's because I spent the least amount of time on it, but why am I lagging on it right now? Fuck. The Smiths. I made, because I spent like the least amount of time on that one, and I was like really delirious while making it, so I don't remember it that much. But yeah, so for the bigger posters, I have Korn, Pierce the Veil, South Park, Chief Keef, and I just said it, the Smiths. So those are 18 by 24, and then the smaller ones I made are the tabloid ones. So they're like what, like 11 by 17 or something, like something of that size. It can be printed through like the normal printers, so it's like tabloid, I think, or legal tabloid. I don't know what the fuck the name is, but and then for those, I think I did 4, maybe, I can't remember. I know I did one for Juno. I did one for Little Miss Sunshine, the one with fucking Paul Dano, and then I did Hannibal, because I've been meaning to do something for Hannibal, but it's a really good fucking show. So, and then I think I did one for Blade. No, for Drain Gang. So there's all, and then I did. I feel like there's one more. No, so I did 5. What was the 5th one? Twice, maybe. Twice. It was twice. So yeah, so I did 5 of the smaller ones and 5 of the bigger ones. I don't know why my brain was defaulting to 5 that day. I guess it just was. So yeah. So those are for my room, and I'm super excited to finally get them up on my wall. But it's gonna be a while. So I'm not too much in a rush. I mean, I've just been chilling, kind of letting my brain rest, because this, like, I didn't realize how much this year, like, took a mental toll on me. Like, it wasn't, like, the most difficult year, but it just was a lot, and, like, I just want to rest and shit, you know? And like the least I can do while chilling at home without a job is like clean up the place, you know, and kind of minimize our place while my parents are working. So that's what I'm gonna do to keep myself like busy. And I've just been like getting back into the groove of like cooking and baking, and yeah, doing very very minimal stuff. You dig? So yeah. Like I've been meaning to hang out with my homies a lot more, but I don't know what it is with me. I previously thought it was just a phase that I'm just like super antisocial and super like agoraphobic, but I'm like starting to think that I'm like actually like super like cuz like I have like no issue leaving the house. It's just I don't want to leave the house. And I don't know what the fucking issue is. Oh, I did 6 instead of 5. Oops. Like I initially thought it was like a phase. I'm like, oh man, it's probably just because I'm like super tired. But the more I think about it, I'm like this always. Like I'm like this always. Like I never want to leave the house, and I always want to stay home and just do my own thing. And I'm like, but why is that? I don't know why that is. I don't know. I really need to get that checked up or something. But yeah, I mean, like I like hanging out with my homies. That's not the issue. Like I love hanging out with them. Like whenever I'm with them, I'm like, God damn, like I need to do this more often. But like the thought of it, I'm just like, I just don't want to leave my house, get ready and shit like that. And I'm just like, I don't want to spend money. And I'm like, because if I'm not working, then I have no money to spend. So if I stay at home, I'm not really spending any money because I'm not paying the bills. I'm just staying home and just doing my own thing, you know? So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thonkering, you dig? So yeah. But yeah, I mean, I still have like commissions I need to do as well. And my homie was like, "Yeah, you can get that done whenever. I'm not in a rush to get them to like get them." And I'm like, "Tight." So that'll be like a small source of income. It'll be like what, like 100 some bucks. Uh, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But like I can't really get started on them because all of my art supplies are in my apartment. So that's also a predicament. So yeah. But I want to get started on that pretty soon because that's going to be like a decent amount of money coming in if I get those commissions done. And then I guess I can start opening up commissions. And I just don't like doing commissions because I like doing my own thing. And like, even though I like doing art, it's like I like to do art for myself. And like these people, I don't want to say these people. That's a really harsh term. Like my clients, I suppose. Like they like doing portraits of like their loved ones and stuff like that. And I just don't like doing portraits. I really don't. Like I can do fan art. Like I'll push it to fan art, but like even then, I don't really like doing fan art unless it's something I'm interested in, you know. So and I just don't like doing these like portraits of people because I don't know how to stylize them, you know. Because I don't really like doing realism, and like a lot of the commissions I'm getting is kind of realism because the first one I did was kind of in my alley. It was like an anime inspired like portrait of someone, and I actually really liked how that one turned out. And then the other one was a car commission, and I'm like, I don't know how to draw cars, and and I had to do it so many times. I actually finished like the first one, and I was like, I cannot, I can literally not give this out. Like even though it was like a good drawing, like the more I looked at it, the more it was not up to my standards. I was like, this is not how I wanted to turn out. So I did it a second time, and I spent like a decent amount of time on that one, and it was just crazy. And I still charged the same amount because I was like, even though I had to restart, that was my fault. Like I should have known better to have taken a car commission, knowing damn well that I don't know how to draw cars. So that was totally my fault, and I charged the same amount. So yeah, it was a lot of work. But I mean, I liked how it turned out, and she told me the person that commissioned me that for her boyfriend, she was like, yeah, my boyfriend really liked it. I'm like, I'm glad because goddamn did I struggle with that bitch. But yeah, and then the guy that I did the commission for really liked it, and his homie really liked it too. So they commissioned me to do some more pieces, and I'm like, okay, I guess I will get crack-a-lacking on that. And that was like literally in like November that I got commissioned. And then I had to go to Vietnam, and then I was like, okay, homie. I told my homie this. She's like, yeah, no, let's totally chill. You can get that done whenever, and we're not in a rush. And I'm like, okay, tight. And then I came back, and I was gonna start then, but then my like semester started, and it just got fucking slammed, and then it got put on the back burner. Loki forgot about them, and then now I'm like thinking about them again. I told her I would get them done during the summer, and you know, and then I asked her if they still wanted it because it's been like literally half a year, and she's like, yeah, you can still. And I was like, okay, I will try to get cracking on that. And yeah, I mean, they're not too bad. I think one of it's like a portrait of him, of like a homie and his girl, and then one of, like, I just can't remember. I don't remember what the fuck they were, but yeah, it's a decent amount that's coming in. So yeah, I just have to get the sketches done for that, and then I'll have to draw on the paper, and then blah 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 blah. And to crack out the watercolor, I haven't worked like traditionally for a while. I offered to do it digitally, but they really like the watercolor version, and I'm like, I guess, like, I just prefer to do it digitally, but it is what it is. But yeah, I guess I can get working on layouts, and yeah, I mean, I guess I could open up like more slots for commissions, but I just don't like doing art for other people because I always feel like my art that I do is very subpar, and it's not subpar because I spend a lot of fucking time on it, obviously. So I'm like, I should be proud of the art I'm making, but like at the same time, I'm like, I'm always like super anxious that people won't like the art that I make. Like obviously they come to me for a reason, you know, but at the same time, I was like anxious that my art isn't like the best it could be. Because like the art that I make is good for me, but I don't know if it's good for other people, you know. But I just have to be a little bit more confident with my art, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see. But because I was thinking I always like my what you would call it, my fully colored pencil works like the best, but those are so time intensive. They take fucking forever, and I like dread doing them all the time. And with watercolor, they obviously take a lot less of time because watercolor is just a really fast medium for me, and I'm a lot more accustomed to it. But at the same time, I, I just don't like how the results turn out. I don't know. Something about like the watercolor just don't look right. Just don't look right. So I need to like up my skill on that. I think I just like rush the process too much or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna try to sit down and try to crank that out. And yeah, we'll just have to see. I don't know. So I'm scratching my fucking eye. This shit itches. Like I could have made some art for Mother's Day and fucking put that on Facebook Marketplace or something. But it's a little too late for that because it's literally the 11th, May 11th today, and there's like no way I'm gonna be able to crank that much out in one day. So I'm just gonna. And I could obviously sell like some of my older art as well, but I don't think anybody would want that. TBH, because some of the stuff I make, I'm kind of too attached to let them go. So, IDK. We'll see. Also, no comments on the way I'm like fucking like crocheting, okay? Because my friend was like, "You hold your shit really weird." I'm like, "Whatever the fuck, bro." Like, I don't need to hear this from you right now because like, this is like the easiest for me. Because like, the other way you're supposed to like wrap it around your finger like this, I guess, like this, and then you just kind of, I don't even know if I'm holding it right, like, still, but you hold it like this, I think, and then you do your thing, and I'm like, this just don't feel right, you know, so, I don't know. I think it's like the other way, because I'm still holding in my forefinger. I think it's supposed to like, I don't know where that's supposed to go, but yeah, so I hold it down like this, but you're supposed to like have it like up like this or something. I just like having it down. I don't know why. I think it just gives me better tension or something. I don't know. But like the other day, I was watching like a tutorial, And the way the girl was holding it was so weird. I can't even replicate it because I can't remember what it was, but it just like it distracted me so much that I forgot to pay attention to the tutorial. Like I was just watching her do it and trying to like figure out how like that worked because obviously the shit she made was good, but the way she was like holding everything, I was like, wowee. And look at this. That's from my fucking air fryer. That shit like chomped me the fuck up. Like that is I really need to be more cognizant in the kitchen. Like that's horrible. Like I had a wicked one like here. Like how do I like it's like fading, which I'm really grateful for. But I had one like on my wrist right here. It's like a really awkward place for me to show it. And then I had a wicked one like here last year. And then I'm pretty sure I had like another one. I had a pretty wicked one right here. You can probably see. And then these are still in the process of healing. These are really like wicked fucking oil burns that I got last year. And then this one is more recent. As you can see, it's from my fucking air fryer. And I've just had like loads of fucking injuries in the kitchen just because I'm not like really cognizant of when I'm cooking. I really need to be more cognizant. I don't know, but yeah, and they fucking hurt. Like they never get the proper time to heal because I'm always washing my hands. Because I'm always in the kitchen, so I'm always washing my hands, and that just like reopens a wound. And I can't put like any ointment or like band-aids on them because I'm always washing my hands, as I've said. I'm always using my hands, and having a band-aid on my hands is just so fucking annoying. So yeah, they always take fucking forever to heal, and it annoys the shit out of me. But it is what it is, man. It's the life I signed up for by being a fucking dumbass in the kitchen. But it is what it is, you dig? And I'm kind of glad that my like hook is acting normally now, because for some reason this hook was like squeaking so badly, like for the first like couple of rows, and I'm like, what the fuck is your issue? Like I know that that is like an issue with like fucking like acrylic yarn. It has like a squeaking property because of like the plastic that's like that it's made out of. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But it was like gripping onto the fucking hook, and I'm like, I've never had this before. Like this is weird. And then like now it's just acting normal. So I'm like, I don't know what that issue was. So maybe I'm gonna jinx it because I don't know. But yeah, right now it's acting normal, and I'm really happy about it. And yeah. And I was gonna go for like a bigger hook this time around. I swore to myself that I would stop working with a 4.5, but like, cause I was working with a 4.5 for my skirt and for another project I think, and I was like, I want to go back to like my big boys, like my 5.5 and my 6s, but this project just called for a 4.5 because it's gonna be like a cardigan, so I want it to be somewhat tight. Like it's okay to have holes. I want it to be somewhat like tight, and I'm like, but eventually I'll go back to a 6 or like a 5.5, or at least a 5, because I'm so tired of working with a 4.5. I hate working with smaller hooks. I don't know why. I just do. But yeah, making some progress with this, and I think I'm just gonna go listen to some fucking music now. I don't really have much else to say unless I find something else to say. But yeah, that's all I gotta say on layout. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this wasn't too bad to listen to, but yeah. All right, peace out, Girl Scout.